John bought a t-shirt for $50 and spent 3/10 of his remaining money on the bag. Okay? Then he bought a pair of shoes for $91. If he had 1/10 of his original money left, find the ratio of the money spent on the t-shirt to the amount spent on the bag. So what we know is that he has this amount of money and he spent $50 on a t-shirt, right? So this is the t-shirt and it's $50, right? Okay, and this part will be the remaining. And then how many parts must I cut the remaining to, Ashley? 10, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of which 3/10 of the remainder is spent on a bag, correct? Okay. So for here, I pull down. Now from this remaining amount, I bought a shoe for $91, a pair of shoes for $91, right? And what I have is 1/10 of his original money left, correct? This is 1/10 of the original. Correct or wrong? Okay? So, we know that if I assign this as 1 unit, if I assign that as 1 unit, if how many units is his original amount of money? Okay, Sky. 10 units, right? You understand? If I assign this as 1 unit, the original amount of money will be 10 units. Yes or no? Yes. Okay? So, here is actually 7/10. True? We know that 7/10 is actually $91 plus 1 unit. True or false? Yeah, this is 7/10 of the remaining one. This one is 3/10 of the remaining one. This is representing different things, don't you see? This is 3/10 of his remaining. This is 1/10 of his original. The denominator is different. It's meant to confuse you. So that's why you need to use a model to be clearer. Okay? Right? So these two things are different. One of them is 3/10 of his remaining. The other one is 1/10 of his original. Are you agreeable that 7/10 is actually $91 plus 1 unit? Yes. Okay, next. If I were to find 1/10, 1/10, isn't it I'm trying to divide this by 7? So 91 divided by 7 will give me plus 1/7 of a unit, right? Because I'm going to cut it into that 1 unit into 7 parts, right? Correct or wrong? Anyone has any problem so far? Okay? I'm trying to do it as slow as possible so it's clear. Now, I want to find the remaining money, which is 10 over 10. Yes or no? Correct? I'm working backwards. You can see I'm clearly working backwards, but slowly. If I want to find 10 over 10, am I right to say that I'm actually finding $130 plus 10 over 7 u? Because I have 10 times of 1 over 7, right?
Yes.
Correct or wrong? So far so good? Now, the remainder, which is 130 plus 10 over 7 u plus $50 plus this $50 are the remaining plus the 50. Isn't it equals to 10 units? Yes or no? Correct? Okay, so now I know that I have 180 plus 10 over 7 unit equals to 10 unit. So far so good? Okay, we also know that 10 over 7 unit, right, is actually 1 whole 3 over 7 units. True or false? Correct? 10 over 7 is 1 whole 3 over 7 unit, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I were to bring this over the other side, am I supposed to subtract it? Correct? So I have 10 minus 1 whole 3 over 7. I will get 8 wholes 4 over 7 unit equals to 180. Okay? But how to find 1u? 180 divided by 8 wholes 4 over 7, right? Okay, to find 1 unit is actually 180 divided by 8 wholes 4 over 7, right?
21.
Equals to 21. But we are supposed to find the amount of money he spent on the t-shirt to the amount he spent on the bag. So, of course, you can find out the amount he spent on the bag, right? Because the amount he spent on the bag is 3/10, right? Correct or wrong?
Yes.
So we know that 3/10 is actually 39 plus 3 over 7 u, right? Correct? Okay? Now we need to find the amount spent on the bag. We need to find 3 over 7 unit. Yes or no? Correct? So 3 over 7 unit will be $9, right?
Yes.
So to find the amount spent on the bag, it will be 39 plus 9, which equals to 48. But we want the ratio of t-shirt to bag. Okay, unmade type on space t-shirt to bag is actually 50 is to 48, which is 25 is to 24. Okay? Yes, Danish? Also can? Okay. Some of them, they find the total first, right? Then they minus off the $50 for a t-shirt. Then they divide by 10, multiply by 3. Okay? Okay, so now that we find the ratio, can we find the total? We can, right? Total is 10 units, right? Correct? So, 10 units. A little bit tight, the space. Normally, this kind of question, we will give the whole page during exam. Okay? So, we need to find 10 units equals to 210. So, we have two answers, A and S for A. I think I'll just highlight, underline the answer for you so that because there isn't enough space. So these are the two answers. Okay, this for B, this for A. But you all need to write the A and S, okay? Anyone has any question with this? Okay. So it's like slowly working backwards. Anyone has any problem? If there's no problem, I'll move on to question 2. Okay. Now let's look at question 2. Abel had 42 stickers more than Sherry at first. Abel used 1/6 of his stickers, while Sherry used 1/4 of her stickers. After that, Abel had 45 more stickers than Sherry. How many stickers did Abel have at first? Okay, now, because of the word at first, which model should I draw first, Leroy? We should draw my after model first, right? Okay. I mean, this is generally what we do. When we read the word at first, we'll try to draw the after model. But in the event that really, when you try to draw the after model during exam, it gets stuck, right? You should also try drawing the before model first. Yeah. We should be flexible, okay, regarding this. Okay? So now, since at first and we are drawing the after model first, we should read from the last statement onwards, right? Which is this statement. The first statement we should look at is, after that, Abel had 45 more stickers than Sherry. So I draw Abel, Sherry. I'll draw that Abel has 45 more than Sherry, right?
Yes.
Correct? This is my after model. And we also know that in our after model, right? In our after model, Sherry used 1/4 of her stickers. If she used 1/4 of her stickers, what fraction of her stickers is she left with at the end, Yongqian? Three units. 3 units. Copy 10 times. She's not answering my question, right? Okay, Brandon, tell me. 3/4. Yongqian, I'm asking you what fraction of her stickers is she left with? You're not paying attention. Okay, so we know that 3/4. She's left with 3/4. In other words, here is actually 3/4. If here is 3/4, okay, how many units am I supposed to cut this model into? Wendy? Sorry? 6 and the 3 lowest common multiple.
Lowest common multiple of 5 and 3.
Huh? 5 and 3, lowest common multiple. 15. He wants to copy this out 15 times. Grant him his wish. Okay? Kaden, please tell me. You say 5, is it? 5? You can explain to me why is it 5? Maybe I'm open to listening. Caden. 10 times. 10. Caden. Caden Sim. Jack. You think you must find the lowest common multiple? Common multiple of 1 and 6. I didn't know I asked such tough questions in class. Please, Jack, 10 times. I thought my question was really simple. Hey, shut up, Never mind. Danish. Yes, cut into 3. I only ask you, this model cut into how many? You're way ahead of me because y'all think too fast. Okay, if only y'all can think so fast during exam. Okay, now, next. Abel used 1/6 of his stickers. If he used 1/6 of his stickers, what fraction is he left with? Isabel. 5/6. So for this part of the model, how many units or how many parts must I cut this part of the model into? Aisha. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So now I have 5 and 3. What should I do next? 1D. Lowest common multiple. You sure? 100%. Okay, so what's the lowest common multiple? 15. Sorry, just now you are thinking too fast. Way ahead of me. Okay, do you agree with him that it's 15? Yeah, we need to cut it later. Okay, but I just want to equalize the part that's equal first. Okay, so let's agree that this is 5 units, 5 units, 5 units. This is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, and of course the 45 42. I labeled it wrongly. It's not 45. This is 42. Oh yeah, sorry. 42 and 45. Okay, I saw wrongly. So likewise, I'm supposed to cut this into 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and each of them is 9. Is it 9? Yeah. Okay. Now I have already completed my after model, right? Now I can construct my before model. You can realize that all this before and after question is done step by step, very slowly. Okay, don't need to rush. You will eventually get that. So since previously we know that it's 5/6, right? Now we need to draw the model for 6/6. Am I right or wrong? Which means that 3 will multiply by 6, right? To give me 18 units. If I just draw 18 units for Abel, is this the correct model for before? So, if this is not the correct model, what am I missing? Do you understand how we get 18 units? Yes. Do you all understand how we got 18 units? Yes. Who does not understand how we get 18 units? Ryan, help Sky. What should we do next? We need to add a 9 times 6, right? Because right just now, this is 5 over 6. And 5 over 6 is 15 units, am I right? I need to make it 6 over 6, which is 1 whole, which make it 18 units. Here is also 5 over 6. And it's 5 times 9, right? We need to make it 1 whole. It will be 6 multiplied by. So to make it 1 whole, I need to make it 6 times 9. Okay? Right? Which is of course 54. Maybe I shouldn't write this. Let's write it as 54. Okay? This is 6 times 9 equals to 54. Alright? Anyone has any problem so far with the able model? Now let's look at Sherry. Sherry, you know that 3/4 is actually 15 units, right? I want to construct my before model. Okay? How can I construct my before model, Elliot? She has how many units? 20 units. You all know, understand why? Because 15 units is 3/4, right? I want to make it into 1 whole. Because that's 1 whole is what happens before, right? So we have 20 units here. Now we can take note of our last sentence here, which is Abel had 42 stickers more than Sherry. So here must be 42, right? Okay, so far? Okay, so now we have our model. Look at this part of the model. This part is actually 2 units plus 42 equals to 54. Yes or no? Correct? Okay? 2 units plus 42 equals to 54. Who does not understand how I come up with this equation? So, 2 units equals to 12. 1 unit equals to 6. How many stickers did Abel have at first? We need to find 18 units first, right? Which is 18 units how much? 108. So is this a answer? 108 plus 54, 162. Okay, remember. Anyone has any questions so far? If you notice, yes? You can, but not recommended. It's harder if you start with the before model, honestly. Yeah. You prefer before, is it? No, don't. You must always draw 2. Yeah. You do statement by statement, right? Okay, but with the word at first, right? Normally we will do from the last statement to the first statement. You need to learn this technique, honestly. It will help you solve more problems in the long run. I know it's the same thing, but honestly, based on my experience, knowing this technique, right, will allow you to solve more questions in the long run. Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. At the start of the question, right, I say y'all can draw the before model as well. Okay, but you must learn to start to draw the after. Only in certain situations, really no choice, you really cannot cut the model, draw the model, then you start with before. Okay, but we must definitely learn to be very flexible and versatile. You must learn to solve from both before and after. You know one way only, maybe you can only attempt 75% of the question. Okay, but if you know how to solve from both before and after, from both directions, you'll be able to solve 100% of the question. Okay, knowing one way will allow you to solve 75%. Yeah, if you only know how to go from before to after, you can only use 75%. Or let's say you can only do from after to before. You also know only 75% of the question. The remaining 25% is only one of those special situations where you be able to adopt another approach. Okay? Right? Anyone has any problem? Of course, if this question you want to try both, you draw a line in the middle and you want to try both approach side by side, alternative solution, I will not stop you as well. Okay? Can? Anyone has any problem? I'm going very slow for these two sets of questions if you realize. Slower than percentage because it requires a lot of model drawing. Okay? If there's no problem, I'm going to move on to question 3. So in question 3, Tom bought 84 more stamps than marbles. After giving away 3/4 of the stamps and 2/5 of the marbles, he found that he had 28 more marbles than stamps. If he paid 40 cents for each stamp and 25 cents for each marble, how much did he pay for the stamps and marbles? Okay, now you don't see the word at first, right? Okay, if you want to start from before, no harm. You want to draw a model for before, no harm. Okay, right? The statement that is not very useful in drawing the model would be this statement. If he paid 40 cents for each stamp and 25 cents for each marble. Not very useful. Okay, right? In drawing the model. If you want to draw the model, this is the important part. All the way until here. Okay? Do you all agree with me so far? Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, let me start the... Now I'm going to show you how to draw from before, okay? Okay. Now, we know that before, he had more stamps than marbles. Stamps, marbles. And we have 84. From this part, we know that we need to give away 3/4 of the stamps. Okay. So I need to cut it into 4 units here, right? Okay. And this I also need to cut into 4 units. 84 divided by 4 is how much? 21. So each unit is 21. Sorry, it's a bit small. 21, 21. Okay? Next, I try to increase the size for you. Can you all see so far? Okay? Let me a question. Next, he's supposed to give away 2/5 of his marbles. That means the marbles I need to cut into how many units? 5. I need to cut into 5 units, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? We know that given this situation, where I have 4 parts here and 5 units here, what should I do next? Yun Chong, I must do my lowest common multiple, right? And what's my lowest common multiple, Isabel? Look at my model. It's more helpful if you look at my model to find the lowest common multiple. 20. Do you all agree with her? Yeah. Jack, can you see? Are you with me? Okay, so you all agree it's 20 units, right? Lowest common multiple. Okay, because what we are doing here is actually 5 units, right? And here is 4 units. Correct? Okay. I can draw my after model now. This is an example of I draw my before, then I draw my after. It's different from just now that question. Because this question doesn't have the word at first, so it's easier. Sorry? Yeah, this is before. So now I need to give away, right? 3/4 of the marbles. And no, so 3/4 of the stems. So from this amount of stems I have at first, if I give away 3/4, Colin Chi, how many units am I left with? You are left with 5 units. And 21. Do you all agree with him? Yes. 5 units and 21 because giving away 3/4, right? So next, he also gave away 2/5 of the marbles. So if he gave away 2/5 of the marbles, how many units of marbles is he left with, Danish? 12 units of marbles. Do you all agree? And after that, if he's left with 12 units, we know from the question that he had 28 more marbles than stems, right? True? And this will allow us to form the equation. Okay? 7 units equals to 21 plus 28. And 1 unit equals to 7. So the question is, how much did he pay for the stems and marbles? Do you think that they are looking at before or after? Before, right? Because he must have bought it at first, right? Okay, so we are looking at before. So let's look at before. Before he has 20 units. Which is 7 times 20 equals to 140. So this 140 will be for marbles, right? Okay. If I want to find stems, stems will be 140 plus 84 equals to 224. And then marbles will be 140, right? Yes or no? But we want to find how much. Okay. That's why just now I said the cost of each stem and each marble is the least important, right? In the model drawing, because it's not even involved in the model itself. Okay? So to find the cost, Elliot, can you tell me what's the last step? 224 multiplied by 40 cents plus 140 multiplied by 25 cents, right? Which is how much? $124, is it? $24.60. So this is for this question. Okay, we'll stop here for today. I'll give you some time to do your questions.